Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to have a more serious video. It is my pregnancy story time. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Before I start this video, I just want to say subscribe to my channel. I'm going to just sit here and wait. Did you subscribe yet? Did ya? How about now? I have time. Anyway, this video is going to be a more serious video. I got pregnant when I was 20 and I was in college. It was a really tough time for me because I was transitioning from being a teacher to an accountant. I was in my second year when I found out I was pregnant, and my pregnancy went on to my third year of college. And it was a lot of adapting that I had to do. I'm doing this video mainly because I posted a status on Reddit about how single mothers can be strong and they don't have to give up, because at the end of the day it's all worth it. And a lot of people reacted very positively about it, and they all, I don't know, it really touched their soul. And I felt like if one person can feel better about themselves, or I can help one person feel like they are enough and they will be able to make it no matter what the situation, then this video totally worked. Well, to start off, like I said before, I got pregnant when I was 20 years old. I was in college. I was relatively young. I was dating this person and we were engaged, and I got pregnant. It was around May I found out, June, something around there. And it was crazy. I remember when I found out, I went to Walgreens, the closest one to my house. I went with nobody. I didn't want anybody to know. I just wanted to find out by myself, to have my reaction, and then I would share it with anybody else. I didn't tell the father, my parents, or anybody about it. So I went to Walgreens, I purchased a test. I even took it at Walgreens. When I got that positive, I got it in like 2 seconds. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. All I thought was, oh my God, I'm going to be a mom. I didn't think about anything else but that. So I remember I got in my car, went straight up to where the father of my son worked, went to him and told him. As soon as I got out of there, I called my best friend, crying. And I wasn't crying because of, like, if it was something so terrible. I was crying because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a job. I was going to school full time. And it was really hard. I knew it was going to be hard. But I was willing to take the chance. I was willing to do what I had to do to become a great mother. So I told my best friend, shout out to Selena, love you, girl. And she told me, she was like, relax, you're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna do this together. I promise you I'll be by your side. Just relax. And that was the best thing she could have told me, because it showed me that there are friends in the world. There are people that are there for you. There are people that will stick by your side no matter how difficult the situation, no matter how hard your life is going to get. They're there. And that to me meant the world. Sorry. I'm going to turn down the phone a little bit. Anyway. So after I told them, I did not know how to tell my parents. It took me a week to tell my parents because I was so nervous. I didn't know what to say, how to say it, when to say it, because you know that although they give you the best reaction in the world, there's always going to be that little disappointment that they have, because not because of the pregnancy itself, but that they wish you would have been more prepared for it. And I knew that was what was going to happen. So, I remember I was at the father's house, and I sent my mom and my dad a text message while they were at work telling them that I was pregnant. I thought that was the best way. Looking back at it now, I should have told them in person. I think it would have been a lot better, because it was hard as it is, trying to hide it. It would have been a lot easier if I would have just came up and told them. But, it is what it is. It already happened. So that's how it happened. I remember the first one to respond was my dad, and he told me that it didn't matter that I was pregnant, he was going to be there for me. And then my mom responded and said the same thing. And then she called me just to tell me to be very careful, and that everything was going to be okay, and that we were going to do this together, and that I had nothing to worry about, and everything was going to be fine. All that good stuff. I thank God of the parents that He has given me. They are great parents. They are great grandparents. They are amazing. Not many people are blessed with parents like mine. I've heard many pregnancy stories that end badly when they come to tell their parents. And I was blessed to have amazing people as parents. So, after everybody knew, that same day that I told my parents, I found the hospital. It was the first time I bled in my pregnancy, and it was scary. I didn't know what to do. I thought I was going to lose my son. It was a mix of emotions. I was so upset. I remember we were racing to the hospital. We got there, and everybody was so nonchalant about it at the hospital, like if it was totally normal. I had this one nurse come up to me and tell me that it was okay if I had a miscarriage, because a lot of first-time moms have miscarriages. And I'm over here trying to, process everything, and she just comes up and tells me that. Like, nothing. I was just like, thank you, I guess. Like, I didn't know what she wanted me to say to that. So, after that, I found out that I had a blood clot, basically, and the blood clot was close to the baby, but not close enough. And they said that if the blood clot were to get behind the baby, it would detach it, and that would cause me to have a miscarriage. So I had to be 14 days monitoring it, and I had to go to the gyno as soon as possible to check it out. Thank goodness, when I went to my doctor's appointment, like a couple days later, the blood clot was gone. Nobody understood how. Nobody understood why. It was just gone. So I thank God that that happened, because I was so scared of losing my son. It was incredible. Well, after that, about a month or two later, me and the father split up. I'm not going to get into details of why, because first of all, I'd rather my son find out by me and not by the internet. Second of all, no matter what, he is the father of my child, and I'm not going to bash anyone on the internet or say anything personal about that on the internet. It's not even worth it. So we're just going to say that we broke. So after that, I had a lot of difficulties processing the fact that I was going to be a single mother. It was hard, and not the fact that I wanted to be with the father of my son. I just pictured having that perfect family and everybody united and everybody holding hands and, going to church every Sunday and doing all that family good stuff. Not realizing that I could have the perfect family with me and my son. We were a perfectly fine family. If you are not with the father of your child or you are not with the mother of your child, it does not mean that you are not a perfect family. You are just perfect in your own way. And that's all that is important. As long as you do what you need to do for that child, it doesn't matter how you do it. What matters is that child at the end of the day. And I am blessed that although that happened, my child is very happy and he is very blessed. And I'm telling you, you're going to feel terrible, because I did. You're going to feel like you were useless, like you did something wrong, like if it was your fault that the family is broken. And no, it's not. Well, it all depends on what happened. But it's not. It just doesn't work. Sometimes things just don't work sometimes. No matter how much you want to hold on to it, and sometimes being in a relationship with something that's not working is worse than just letting it go. So honestly, if you are in that situation right now, just know that you are strong enough to get through it on your own. So after we broke up, I continued going to school and I started having doubts. I started thinking, maybe I should leave school. Maybe I should, try to find a job and do what I have to do to maintain the baby, because I didn't want my parents to be the ones maintaining my child. I didn't want to be that person that at the end of the day they would say, oh, your grandparents raised you, not your mother. That's not what I wanted. But when I sat down with my mom and my dad and explained it to them, they were not having it. They were like, nope, you're going to college, and nope, you're doing what you gotta do, because if it means that I have to help you, that's what I was gonna do. And again, like I said, my parents are amazing. Not all parents do that. I've heard many, many times that girls are thrown out of their house for being pregnant. Girls are mistreated because they got pregnant. And I'm telling you right now, no matter what the situation, you can do this. Do not give up. You are strong. You can do this. Doesn't matter if you don't have your parents. Doesn't matter if you don't have the father of your child. It doesn't matter. You can do this. Think about your child. That's all the motivation you're gonna need. Trust me. Trust me. So, on the progress of me, going to school, I was determined. I was like, I'm gonna get straight A's anyway. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do because I have the backup I needed. During all that, I found the hospital 5 more times with bleeding because I was really stressed out still. I still was trying to comprehend the whole I'm going to do this on my own thing. Not realizing that I had great friends, great family members. I remember all the times I would call Selena, I would call Olguita, who's my other best friend. I would call Joshua and just sit there and be speaking to them all the time. I would call my now husband, Arnaldo, and he would just sit there and listen to me. I had a lot of people by my side, family and not family. But the same way I had people on my side, I had a lot of people that turned their backs on me as well, but I didn't care. I was like, you know what? The ones that are here are important. The ones that aren't, they're going to miss out. That's just how it is. I had people that would, you know, try to be my friend just to find out information about my ex and I and the baby and all that stuff. You know what? Those people, they're not looking out for you. They just want to hear the drama. And that's not important. And if there are people like that, ignore them. Don't feed into their ignorance. Don't give them what they want. Don't give them information. It's none of their business. You do what you need to do and forget about what they say. Because at the end of the day, it's just you and your baby. Nobody else. So, while we were doing all that, I was still going to school. I was getting my education. I was trying to do the best I can. Made it all the way to December. Mind you, I had very great professors in college. They would see me every day, ask me for my son. They would, you know, if I had to get up and leave halfway through a class because I wasn't feeling good, or, you know, I had a doctor's appointment or whatever, or I couldn't come to class because I was sick or whatever, they would be like, it's alright. We'll send you the information. Or catch up, don't worry about it. But mind you, I was a great student as well. I was doing what I had to do. I earned their trust. So, fast forwarding all the way to November. And November was my baby shower. I still remember how much fun I had that day. It was so amazing. I enjoyed every minute of it. And my best friend in the whole world sat right by my side and opened every single gift with me. It looked like she was the dad. I swear to you. It was hilarious. And then I had my best friend opening my gifts, my other friend doing my hair. I don't know if it was a baby shower or a sleepover. It was great. Honestly, it was a great day. I really appreciate that. Although the day did have some negativity, and it wasn't the family, it was just, you know, certain situations, I had a great time. It was amazing. And I will be able to share this story with my son for the rest of his life, because I could show him that there are people that have been with him even before he was born, which is amazing. After November, I remember I was 36 weeks, and I went to my last gynecologist appointment. He was checking me or whatever, and he goes and hands me this yellow paper, and he goes and tells me, mind you, from the beginning, they always told me that I was going to be early. I was going to deliver early, but I was in total denial. I was like, no. And they always told me I was going to be a C-section. And I know a lot of people are against C-sections. They want to have, you know, natural births and all that stuff. Yes. But I'm going to be really honest. I have so many scars on my body. To add another one, I really, really didn't mind. And honestly, I was kind of scared to do a natural birth. I actually rather them cut me open than birthing the baby naturally. I don't know why. But anyway, so I'm telling the gynecologist how I'm feeling or whatever, and he's already noticing that, you know, my son was, you know, in position. He was in position for a little bit now. I was already 2 or 3 centimeters dilated at 36 weeks. And then he was like, well, I'm going to get this yellow paper, and I think I'm going to see you next week in the 5th floor of the hospital. fifth floor of the hospital is where you give birth. So I'm like, nah, not gonna happen. I've been walking all day. So at 36 weeks, I would walk 2 hours a day. I wanted him out already. So 37 weeks hit. And I'm in my house and I'm just talking, blah, blah. I'm walking, blah, blah. And I feel like something come out. But I thought I had peed on myself. So I just went to the bathroom, took a shower, blah, blah. And then just stayed talking to my mom or whatever. Didn't pay any mind to it. I go to sleep that night. I wake up at like... So I wake up around 2:40, something like that. And I go to the bathroom. Normal, we use the bathroom. Get up from the toilet. Like, it didn't stop. So I sat back down and I was like, oh my god, do I have that much pee in me? Like, are you serious? So I get up again. And it didn't stop again. So I was like, okay, this is weird. So I get up again, and it didn't stop. And I was like, you know what? That sounds to me like the baby's coming. So I go right to my mom, completely calm. You can even ask her if you want, you know, to know the real tea. Completely calm. I go to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I think my water broke. My mom wakes up. She goes, it's okay. Go to the bathroom. Take a shower. I'm going to get all this stuff. So, me completely calm. I go straight to the bathroom. Start getting everything ready. Take a shower. Get out of the bathroom. Put clothes on. And my dad wakes up. Oh my god. That man didn't know what to do. He was like, oh my god. What do we do? Oh my god. The baby's coming. What do we do? What do we do with it? What do we do? And I'm just like, okay. So my mom's like, we're just going to get up and we're going to go take her to the doctor. So my doctor was 40 something to an hour away from my house. So my dad, he got up, got his keys, we were out. I texted the father of my son, let him know that I was going to the doctor if he wanted to be at the birth. We get to the doctor. So we get to the doctor, and I am sitting there just waiting peacefully. We get there around 4, because we left the house like around like 3, something like that. We get to the doctor around 4:10, something like that. They had me sitting there until 8 o'clock because they thought that I didn't, you know, my water didn't break and I had just peed on myself. So when the doctor saw me, he went to check and he was like, okay, we're just going to check if it's that your water broke. So I'm over here, he's like, okay, take off your pants, put the, you know, that thing that they put on when they want to see you naked. I don't remember the word for it. I know it in Spanish. I don't remember it in English. So I put it on, whatever, and I'm trying to take my clothes off, and I keep laughing. And the doctor's like, you okay? Everything's alright? And I was like, yes. It just doesn't stop. And he was like, what? And I was like, the water. And he was like, oh, that's a good thing. That means, you know, that you probably did, you know, your water probably did break. So I'm over here trying to take everything off. Everything was wet. Like my shoes, my pants, my everything was wet. So he checked me and he was like, yep, your water broke. So immediately admitted me. He put me in a room. My mom and dad wanted me to have a private room, but unfortunately they were all taken. So I was in a room with 20 screaming women. Okay? Mind you, all these women are having babies. 20 of them yelling at the top of their lungs. It's not good. It really isn't. So I go straight to the bed, sat there, lay down, and everybody there thought I was 15, 16, you know, so they immediately called my mom, and they were like, yo, you can go in with your daughter because she's a minor, blah, blah, blah. And my mom immediately went over there. She didn't even say how old I was, she just went over there. And when I tell you that I did not scream, I didn't feel my contractions or anything, I'm not lying. My mom was crying more than I was. So the thing that most hurts is when they're checking you if you're dilated or not. That's a little TMI, but you know, I'm just letting you know. So the doctors come most of the times, and my son was like really high up, so they were trying to like push him down so he could get ready so he can come out, and it was getting too much. I was in labor for 17 hours. That I was in the hospital for 17 hours because they said that if I lost the mucus plug the day before, that means my water had technically broken the day before. Therefore, I was probably more than 24 hours. But in the hospital, I was 17 hours. 17 hours of just laying there asking for food because I was hungry and sleeping. That's the only thing I did. I didn't get an epidural. I didn't get anything. It was terrible. So, I'm over here looking at my mom. I'm like, Mom, I want some mozzarella sticks so bad. And my mom was like, oh, we're going to give it to you, babe, I swear, as soon as we get out of here. My mom was like really emotional. So, after the 17 hours were over, the doctor came up to me and he was like, okay, listen, it's up to you. Do you want to wait or do you want to have C-section? I was like, you know what? Cut me open. It's all good. I don't have a problem. I was there for 17 hours and I was only 3 centimeters dilated. By the time I got to 10, I was probably going to be there for a week. So I go in. I told my mom. My dad was already downstairs waiting. They rolled me into the room where they were going to do my C-section. Everything was fine. They took all my earrings off and everything. They put them in a little bag, gave them to my mom or my dad. I don't know who they gave them to. They put me on the bed. They then gave me an epidural, and they gave me like, I think it was 3 injections in my back, and they laid me down. Nobody warned me that you weren't gonna feel the lower half of your body, even though it should be obvious that that's pretty much what the epidural is for. I went ballistic. I was going crazy. I was taking off the machines. My blood pressure was all over the place. All I remember after that was my doctor was pushing on my belly. I heard my son. He was crying. And I said, oh my God, thank God he's okay. And I was out. I woke up in recovery, I don't even know how many hours later. So, after I woke up in recovery, I saw the nurse, and I looked to the side, and I did not see my son. And I flipped. I was like, where's my baby? I want to see my baby. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? And I'm over here looking all over the place. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? And the doctor looked at me, and she was like, you're the first person that comes out of a C-section, faints, gets up and looks for her child. I was like, what? I just birthed him. That's why I fainted. Where is he? And then they explained to me that he was in a nursery, blah, 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 and I was overreacting, blah, blah. So, I came out of recovery. I came out of the room. My dad was there. My mom was there. Everybody was there. And they were all so excited for me. And they said, you did it. You did it. And then I was like, Mom, I didn't get to see the baby. I'm so upset. Why? It's not fair. Blah, blah, blah. And my mom was like, you did see the baby. And I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't see him. He was like, yeah, you did. And then she showed me the pictures of me with my son. I was knocked out, though. My son was cute. He was so cute. So they took me to the room, blah, blah, blah. And I was there for 3 days. My friends came, family came, etc. And then I went home the 31st. It was funny too because we all were planning for my son to be born the 31st of the 1st. We thought it was going to be a New Year's baby. Yeah, that didn't happen because my due date was actually the 14th of January. I had my son the 28th of December. So, yeah. This much that he didn't make the cut. That much. So, we went home. We celebrated New Year's. Blah, blah, blah. Everything was fine. I didn't have a problem with my C-section. I was completely good. Every day I was with him, I would look at him and just feel so blessed that God gave me the opportunity to carry this child. Not all women that want children can carry them. And to know that God blessed me in a way to carry my own child was amazing. And I was so happy and so blessed. And I love my son with all my heart. And he is my motivation. He is the one that keeps me sane. He is the one that keeps me focused. He is definitely the one that I don't know. There are no words to describe how important that little boy is to me. He is the one that showed me that I can be stronger than I was. He showed me that I could love harder than anything in this world. He showed me that there is a love so pure and so special that you cannot get from anything or anyone else. It's amazing. It was amazing. He just showed me to just keep grounded, to keep on, fighting, to stay strong. It was amazing. It was a great experience. After I got back, I was having a lot of problems breastfeeding my child. My child was formula fed. If you have something negative to say about formula fed babies, don't even bother commenting on the bottom, because honestly, if I couldn't do it, I couldn't do it. I breastfed my son for 2 weeks. That's pretty much the only amount that I could. I completely dried out, and my son is very healthy. He is highly intelligent, have no problem whatsoever with the formula. So if you are, giving your son or daughter formula, or if you're giving them breast milk, to me, if you're feeding your child, you're all good. Thumbs up to you, because honestly, I'm not going to judge on anyone that chooses whatever they want to choose. So we started giving him formula. He had a little bit of problem with one of them, and we had to switch to another one, but after that he was perfectly fine. 2 weeks after my C-section, I went straight to college. When I got to college, I signed up, did all I had to do. I went to my first class. My professors were like, oh my god, you had the baby, oh my god, how was it? Is everything okay? Blah, blah, when did you have him? I was like, oh, the 28th of December, and it was wonderful, blah, blah. And they were like, oh, you had a natural birth, right? And I was like, no, I had a C-section. Oh my god, my professor almost killed me. She was like, what are you doing here? Why are you not at your house? You should be resting. It was funny. So I never rested, though. I kind of regret it now because I'm having a little bit of problems with my C-section because I didn't rest. Advice to all women that have C-sections: take your time. If you start going crazy, doing things, you're gonna get a lot of scar tissue, and it's gonna hurt a lot. But that didn't stop me. I kept on pushing and pushing and pushing, and you know what? At college, I met my wonderful husband that's been with me we've been almost 3 years together. We got married July of last year, and you know what? He is a great father to my son. He is a great husband. He is completely dedicated to us. So, you know, that was great. My son is growing every day, learning every day, you know, and that was wonderful. And now I'm a little bit older and I'm understanding a lot more. I realize that everything that happens in life happens for a reason. And sometimes we have to lose some to win some. And sometimes we have to go through things to prepare ourselves for other things, greater things. So my advice to every single mother out there, remember, you are good enough. You can do this. You do not need a man. If you're a single mom, if you're a single dad, you do not need a woman to raise this child. You can do it all on your own. As long as you are motivated and dedicated to your child, you can do it. And just keep fighting. Stay strong. That baby needs you for the rest of their life. It's not until they're 18. It's for the rest of their lives, because I still need my parents. Maybe not financially anymore, but emotionally, I need my parents. Mentally, I need my parents. Because at the end of the day, they are the only ones that are going to give you good advice. They're the only ones that are going to be there for you at the end of the day. I'm not saying all parents, because I do know that there is an exception to every rule. But you know what? If you aren't blessed with parents, you probably have friends. If you're not, you know what? God's there. I don't know if you're atheist. I don't know what you are. If you are atheist, I respect what you are. If you're not, God is there. Pray to Him, and I assure you that everything's going to be okay. I did every day, and now I am very blessed. Do I have a lot to learn? Yes, I do. Am I completely successful in everything I do? No. I have my flaws, but I'm working hard, and I do what I have to do for my family, and that's what you have to do. Mother and father. I hope that this video helps you grow as a person and shows you that you can do it. I can't stress this enough. You can do this. If you guys have your pregnancy stories, I would love to hear about them. Leave them in the comment section. If you like this video, please subscribe, press a thumbs up, share it. Share it as far as you possibly can, because somebody probably does need to hear these words. Somebody probably does need to hear this story to see that they are not alone. They are not alone. And they're gonna be okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it, guys.